Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda.
Yes, Nityananda, and welcome back to all the participants after this first session of this season of Paramashivoham with Swamiji. All of us got initiated into the Shiva Diksha, Gayatri Mantra Diksha, and the Maha Vakya Upadesam, and the Shiva Mula Mantra Diksha as well. So congratulations for you all. Now, from today, anytime you recite these mantras, you will directly connect with Paramashiva, with Swamiji, and experience the frequency of Kailas.
As per the Agamas, Paramashiva reveals that the mantra is the most gross form of Paramashiva through which we can connect and invoke his presence. So that is why always, if you see the pujaris, they'll focus on learning the mantras, because once it is the mantra that puts us into the frequency of Paramashiva, that raises our frequency to the being of Paramashiva. So as we chant this mantras, which Swamiji initiated us into the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, continuously, will experience oneness with Paramashiva through the mantra by just reverberating with the Mahavakya. And another important thing all of you need to know, that all of you are initiated by Paramashiva himself. So when Paramashiva, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, initiates you, he bolts in the mantra into your bioenergy. So usually if any unenlightened being initiates you, you'll have to do the japa. There's something called a sadhana where you continuously practice the mantra and you achieve the success in the usage of the mantra. But whereas for us, we are initiated directly by not even an enlightened being, but directly the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nityananda Paramashivam, who is the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva. So he has bolted these mantras within our bioenergy. So all we need to do is just remember him, chant these mantras, and manifest Paramashiva.
Yes. And so with this, we'll be now resuming with our sessions. And so today we have covered some of the fundamental aspects of Paramashivoham and some of the fundamental aspects of the sciences that Swamiji has revealed. And as you understood, this Paramashivoham is mainly designed on the content from the Inner Awakening programs that Swamiji has conducted in the past, which were 21-day programs as well. And so we have learned about the science of completion that we are going to be doing throughout the next 21 days, the importance of listening to imbibe everything that is told, and the sense of power manifestation as well, which is going to be our next session now after this darshan from Swamiji. And the uniqueness of the science of power manifestation that Swamiji has revealed is that the more powers you manifest, the more enlightened you become. And that not just in an abstract spiritual sense. The more you manifest the powers, the more you will see that you will go beyond your personal limitations, and the more you will become positive, the more you start contributing both to your own lives and to the people around you. So manifesting more and more powers is definitely the best all of us can do. And Swamiji says that even if you just sit and just play with the science, just trying to manifest, when you just sit in that space, that itself will do so much good to you, because it will help you to raise your consciousness and to break many incompletions that you have.
As we continue into the further sessions and the power manifestation session, we request all the participants, like anything that you want to express, maybe it might be that you might have a doubt on what we are discussing about, what is Swamiji revealing. You can please feel free to drop a question in the Zoom chat, or if you are watching us on the social media, you can drop a message into the YouTube chat. Or even if you had an experience, you had a powerful cognition click in you, you can also feel free to share with us. As when you interact with more people and share your experience, you're not only just encouraging them to be a part of this, but also you're reflecting your experience. We would have learned about the mirroring of neurons today morning during the power manifestation session. So the same thing you do when you share your experience with someone, the experience that you are going through while you're sharing it will also mirror into the person who you're sharing it with. So please feel free to share your experience, or even if you have doubts, you can feel free to ask.
Yes. So with this, let's now get ready for the power manifestation. And today it is the power of consciousness over matter. And so we request all the participants to just get an object. It could be, we usually manifest with a coconut, but if you don't have, you can use even an apple or your Atmalinga if you have, or any other fruit, round fruit, like an apple or an orange, whatever is available. And the easiest way to manifest this power is by keeping the fruit in your own palm. And if some of you would have already manifested this power, we recognize some of you from previous seasons and from level 1 as well. If you have already manifested in your hand, if it is easy for you, you can also try the next level, which is to manifest either on a flat surface, just like on a table in front of you, or even on the silicon. Like if you have a tablet or even on your smartphone, you can just keep that flat in front of you and keep the object on top of it, because Swamiji revealed that actually the silicon that is present in the gadgets, electronic gadgets, has the capacity to reflect the consciousness. So when you manifest this power of the consciousness over matter on top of a gadget, then it will actually manifest even more. So you can try that out. You can just keep that in front of you and just be in the space of oneness with Swamiji. Just connect to Swamiji in your inner space in whatever way you relate, whatever feels, whatever you feel connected with. You can visualize Swamiji's form, or you can just remember some of your favorite moments with Swamiji, whatever it is that makes you feel connected. And just connect with the object as well, keeping your awareness on the third eye, and just chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, and just make a conscious will for the object to roll, to move. And you're going to be holding on to that visualization that the power is manifesting right now at the present. Swamiji is manifesting this power through you, and the object is rolling. You are manifesting this power. The object is listening to your command. Just hold on to that space with intensity and with authenticity, and let us manifest the power of consciousness over matter. And Swamiji says that when you roll the object on the outside, you are moving the incompletions and the impossibilities from inside, whatever is there in your inner space, that itself will be removed. So let us hold to that space and manifest this power right now. You can choose to keep the object in your palm or in front of you on the table or on your tablet or whatever. And let us now begin this round of the power manifestation.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Continue to manifest the power. Reverberate with the Mahavakya. Visualize yourself as Swamiji. All of us just had the darshan of Swamiji. Just visualize yourself as Swamiji intensely and reverberate with the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. As you experience oneness with the object and through this, from the space of oneness, command and make the object move.
Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So that's so great to know that so many of you have moved the coconut. And see, all of us need to understand that it is a karmic breakthrough. Many of you might know that in the temples, when we offer the rituals to the deities, when we offer puja, we break the coconut in front of deities. We break the coconut in front of Mahaganapati or Swamiji or Paramashiva. When we are doing the puja, breaking the coconut is part of ritual. Why? Because the coconut represents our ego and our karmas. So when we are able to move the coconut using the power of our consciousness, we are giving ourselves and others a karmic breakthrough. So all of you have experienced a karmic breakthrough today by being able to manifest this power of consciousness over matter.
Yes, we have seen some of you actually. I think Machin Haihu in, sorry if I don't pronounce your name properly. I think we've seen the object moving, and there was somebody else. I think her camera is switched off now. You can let us know if anyone else who was able to manifest. You can share your results, and also don't hesitate to continue to manifest this power. It's not necessarily that you have to manifest this power only during the session. You can continue to do it whenever you feel like, and especially if you see that it is manifesting. Actually, Swamiji said that if you're able to roll 21 different objects, and that power will become part of your biomemory, and then it will just be permanent. It will not leave you anymore. So you will be able to enter into the deeper levels of power manifestation, and simply you'll start also rolling bigger objects, and all of this will start to happen. So congratulations to you all for taking part in this power manifestation, and very good round. And we'll now be continuing with today's sessions. And now another important session, which is going to be on the science of initiation. So right now, all of us had the initiation from Swamiji, either direct initiation such as the Shiva Diksha and Gayatri Diksha and so on. But darshan itself, just sitting in front of Swamiji, is an initiation. And what does it mean? What Swamiji really does actually when we sit in front of him, and the energy transfer, this initiation happens. What is it really that is taking place? So this is what we'll be learning now in this next session, where on one side, Swamiji will be explaining the spiritual aspect and making the connection with some of the scientific discoveries and observations, so that we can have a tangible understanding of the intangible phenomena that initiation is. Because every day we are going to be receiving initiation from Swamiji during the darshan. So let us have a clear understanding about what's going on. So let's come to the space of listening, and let's now discover about the science of initiation.
Kundalini is Kalpataru. It gives anything you want and the space of not wanting anything. All the techniques, kriyas, yoga, pranayama, meditation, process, rituals, everything is only to awaken your Kundalini either partially or fully. Vivekananda says beautifully, even during your intense prayers, it is your Kundalini which is awakened and answers to your prayers, responds to your prayers. All the religious traditions, spiritual traditions, mystical traditions, work only on awakening the Kundalini energy. If you remove the methods and process of Kundalini awakening from any religion, they will just become socio-political setup. It is the Kundalini awakening process brings religiousness to religion. It is the Kundalini awakening process brings religiousness to religion, spirituality to spiritual traditions. Other than the Kundalini awakening process, everything else is a socio-political setup, socio-political rules and regulations. How the essence of a sweet is sugar, essence of a religion is Kundalini awakening process. Again and again science is proving even in our brain we are using less than 13%, 13%. Even the top scientists, people who are considered the most intelligent beings happened on the planet Earth, like Einstein, even they all have used only 13% of their brain. 13% of their brain. Then most of us must be using much less than that. Listen, brain has two parts. One, mechanical parts, which takes care of your mechanical functions of the body. Movement of blood, movement of intestine, movement of the heart, movement of lungs. Just the mechanical basic survival need management part. It is like whenever you have bandh in India, means every once in a day. Already we don't work. Why do we need bandh? I don't understand. Anyhow, we have all wrong methods of showing our protest. So when we have bandh, we allow the basic survival needs to function, like milk, food, medicine supply. Same way, in your body, practically your whole life you are in bandh. You allow only the basic survival mechanism to function. Lungs, heart, intestine, the minimum need. That is what I call mechanical parts of the brain. There's other part, non-mechanical parts of the brain, which is endowed with extraordinary powers. Please understand. Materialization. They are no more just mystical or mythological. No. They are math and logical, mathological. They are no more mythological. Enough of scientific researches have been done on them, established. They are not magic. They are math and logic. The possibility for telepathy, teleporting, Kundalini awakenings, extraordinary powers like materialization, all these are available in every one of us. Our brains are hardwired to experience higher possibilities, higher consciousness. That part only I call it as non-mechanical parts of your brain. Please listen. There are tons and tons of scientific research done on telepathy. The inner potential energy you have, the possibilities you have, is what I call non-mechanical parts of your brain. Awakening your kundalini directly awakens the non-mechanical parts of your brain and gives you the extraordinary powers like telepathy, teleporting, materialization, and what not. And it gives you the space of positivity, possibility, leadership, and enlightenment. Kundalini can be awakened by thousands of methods. I usually use 4 methods. 1, by giving the right principles about life, mind, body. When you understand the right principles, your Kundalini can be awakened. With the right pranayama, kriya, the Kundalini can be awakened. There is a second method. Third, with the initiation, the transmission of, through transmission of the energy by the touch given on the third eye, Ajna chakra. Fourth, just by a mere will, the transmission of energy can be done. Through these 4 methods, Kundalini is awakened. DNA can create magnetic wormholes which receives bits of information outside time and space. That's what we call consciousness. So till the wormholes are created in your DNA, you need an outside master. Once the wormholes are created in your DNA, you don't need outside master there. Outside guru sits inside you as antar guru and teaches you. He sits inside you and goes on supplying the knowledge. And another one important information, the last punchline. It was noted that this information can be passed on between individuals whose DNA is turned on or activated. Whatever I downloaded through my wormholes and DNA can be transmitted to you without using my words, without you seeing or listening. Just if your DNA is activated or turned on. That is what I call initiation, Upanishad. Only in the beginning, you need to listen to my words. If the DNA gets activated or turned on, no need for words, no need for ordinary way of teaching. Just the transmission, the initiation, energy darshan is enough. That is what I was telling yesterday. It is, initiation is like an intense downloading into you. The knowledge and consciousness and information in this biomemory, in this DNA, is just transmitted. That is why these acharyas, once they are initiated, our trained teachers to go around and take classes, once they are initiated, there are thousands of information they never learnt from my books or heard from me, starts expressing through them. The answers which they would have never heard from me or read from my books, suddenly starts expressing. How? This is the science. If your DNA is turned on or activated, these bits of information which gets downloaded through the wormholes created in DNA can just be transmitted without any conventional methods. This is what is happening during every initiation, every process in inner awakening. This is what I am doing in our Vidyalayas, in our Gurukuls. There's one more very interesting bit of information I have. It's from psychedelicadventure.com, website psychedelicadventure.com. Scientists irradiated DNA with laser light. On a screen, wave pattern was formed. The wave pattern still remained even after removal of DNA. It infers, point 1, the energy from outside of space still flows through activated wormholes after DNA removal. Means once the initiation is given, even if you are not physically around me, the connection and energy transmission constantly goes on. So awakening, the next strands of DNA directly leads you to awareness. The intense awareness directly leads you to the awakening of deeper strands of DNA. But it's a vicious circle. Understand? It's a vicious circle. When you try to awaken the DNA, you feel you don't have enough awareness. If you try to have enough awareness, you feel enough strands of DNA is not awakened. How to break the vicious circle? That is where the role of the master's play comes in. That is where the master's role comes in. Transmission of lamp is needed. Person whose all strands of DNA is awakened can easily, physically transmit and awaken your next level strands of DNAs, second, third, fourth, fifth. If only one strand of your DNA is awakened, you can easily awaken at least next 5. If already 3 is awakened in you, you can easily activate next 10. Sorry, totally 12. Next 9. You can activate the whole thing. So pushing you to the next level happens by initiation. That is what exactly I am doing in inner awakening. Taking you step by step. First, removing all the fear engrams. Then, greed engrams. Then, deeper engrams related to matter. Removing the mud in which you are stuck. And through initiation, awakening all strands of DNA, so that you can have wisdom and anti-aging. Grow younger. I am introducing one of the important sacred secret, a spiritual principle to all of you. Please listen, the keyword, mirror neurons. Let me explain the concept. Then we will recognize many of our understandings with this truth. As I said, recognizing is recognizing. Mirror neurons. Very recently, I was studying a research paper where they beautifully established with various analysis, researchers, on a very powerful truth. For example, if somebody is swimming in the ocean, you stand and watch. Whatever brain activity is happening in that person's brain, whatever activity is happening in his brain, in his neurons, please listen. Even if you are watching, the same activities are mirrored in your brain. The same neuron activities are mirrored in your brain. Listen. If you are watching totally, the same effect is mirrored totally in you. If you are absorbed in it, you also know a little swimming. Please listen. If you know a little swimming and you are absorbed in it, you are not swimming, you are just standing. Both brains are in the same frequency, the same effect, and no difference. Listen. If somebody is swimming in the ocean, you are standing and watching. If you don't know swimming, if you are not completely absorbed in it, maybe some 80% is mirroring. If you are absorbed in it and you also know swimming, there is no difference at all between his brain and your brain. The mirroring effect, I tell you, if you are watching totally absorbed in it, then the same activity is replicated in your brain, meaning the same kind of electric and neurotic impulses are activated in your brain. This defines, this demystifies many mystical phenomena. Please listen. Now you know why just by gazing into my eyes, you are in the space of completion. Why just looking at me, you are in the space of completion. I am swimming in the ocean of consciousness in the space of completion.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So beautifully, Swamiji explains how the master can just completely reprogram our very DNA itself, and how just by gazing at him, just by being in his presence, we experience the same space, the same consciousness that he is in. So now you can reflect a little bit on how much transformation is possible just based on these two things. One, if we think from the DNA aspect, it means that literally Swamiji can completely transform our DNA. So there's absolutely no limitation either based on birth, based on the country that we are from, based on the family, the genetic history, the lineage that we are born in. Swamiji can reprogram the whole thing. And actually, in fact, in a few years before, Swamiji introduced the Nityananda DNA, and how Swamiji can literally transmit his own DNA of Paramashiva from Kailasa to us, and we can have that DNA within us. And of course, it will be also scientifically proven after some time. And we can even, through the superconscious mutation science that Swamiji has revealed, and Swamiji also gave the example of beings like from the Mahabharata and all that, who were superconscious mutants who accessed powers and extraordinary capabilities without any training, just by the initiation from their masters, who just transformed their DNA through this science of initiation. And then these beings start expressing and manifesting superconscious beings, gods and goddesses from Kailasa in the physical plane. And today, this possibility is there for each and every one of us. Okay, all it takes is just coming to complete completion within ourselves, detoxing the body and mind, making our consciousness powerful, and being ready to get involved more and more. And somebody can completely transform everything. Consciousness, that unique initiation that is needed for you at that time. For example, if we are learning wealth consciousness, Swamiji will just transmit that wealth consciousness that already carries all the powerful cognitions that are needed to manifest wealth. It will transmit that space of completion that you need to manifest wealth in your life. So throughout the day, during the sessions, you'll be creating that space inside, opening up and internalizing, creating the perfect space to receive the initiation from Swamiji, which is really the most important aspect of the day. And with this initiation, that wealth consciousness in that example will be in you. You will just have it. Then it will just be a matter of expressing it, manifesting it more and more by conscious will and by understanding about it. Okay, so this is about the science of initiation. And now we have a solid understanding of what is going to be, what Swamiji is going to be doing to us throughout these 21 days. And one more thing, the program is 21 days because that is the amount of time that is needed to reprogram your biomemory. And this spiritual process taken over 21 days will completely reprogram your biomemory and insert all the powerful cognitions permanently inside you, so that you don't have to continue to practice. You will never lose what you have achieved. All right. So I hope that you all have a complete understanding of this science of initiation. And with this, now we'll be entering into a next session and we'll be discovering about yoga. So as you may already know, one of the important dimensions of this Paramashivoham is going to be Nityananda Yoga. In Paramashivoham Level 1, you've had 1 hour of morning yoga with the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. Now in Level 2, it should be 3 hours with a very intense Nityananda Yoga session of 308 asanas. And this Nityananda Yoga is absolutely unique because Swamiji has revived some of the rare, very ancient components of yoga. So doing every asana, you are visualizing, you are chanting certain mantras, and all of this combined makes Nityananda Yoga very powerful, very unique, and directly preparing your body and mind for enlightenment. And so now we'll be learning from Swamiji about what is yoga. And with this understanding, we will be practicing Nityananda Yoga every day during this Paramashivoham. So let's come to the space of listening and let us now hear from Swamiji about what is yoga.
Yoga. How many ever times I define this word will remain as a mystery. I'll try to define once more. Yoga is the science which makes the divine to connect with you. Listen, not you to divine. No. Not drop into ocean, but ocean into drop. Understand, nowhere yoga is described as union between man and divine. Even Patanjali says yoga chitta vritti nirodha, means he is not saying yoga is mind getting dissolved. No. Cessation of the mind, not heart attack, but cardiac arrest. There's a difference. If a man merges into divine, dissolving the mind. Patanjali is not using that word. He says, chitta vritti nirodha, cessation of the mind, means divine entered the man. Only if divine enters the man, cessation happens. If a man enters into divine, dissolving may happen. Understand, it is not drop entering into ocean, ocean entering into drop. Yoga is union of divine with man. Understand, look at the whole yoga and yoga sutras, yoga shastras. From this one understanding, you will understand what I want to reveal by the name of yoga. Everything of yoga, yama, don't see as moral or values. No, it is freedom of ferociousness. Brahmacharya is not moral or value. It is freedom of your ferociousness. Aparigraha is not moral or value. It is just ferocious response to this whole cheating economy. I'll tell you, if you think man to divine, you will be man forever. Even after 90 years of spiritual practice, you will look back and remain. The day I started, what kind of anger, jealousy, lust, all the problems I had, the same thing still I am having. I don't know when I am going to progress spiritually. You will die with SDHD. Never man to divine. It is always divine to man. The beginning Shaktipada should be very clear. Your divinity merging into your humanity is your yoga, not your human side merging into your divine side. Understand? Precisely in my Atma Pramana, I will tell you yoga. What is yoga? I have given you what Patanjali describes, and I will tell you what is precisely from my Atma Pramana. Strong cognitions exploding into your system and changing your whole brain's alchemy, putting you in the space beyond any description, is yoga from my experience. The cognition, right cognition can just
shake your brain. It can just churn your brain and release such intense ecstasy into your system. That ecstasy builds the whole new body. Understand? Asanas are to align your physical geography to cosmic geography, develop roots so you can continue to enjoy that higher ecstasy. Ultimately, yoga is only this two anga, two component. Through the intense, powerful cognitions, making this ecstasy rain happen in your brain and flexing your body, aligning it so it grows the roots to retain and continue to enjoy that ecstasy, that alchemy happening in your brain. Understand, listen carefully. Yoga is just these two components. It's only these two components. Understand, the whole field of yoga should be studied from this lens. Divine entering into man. Powerful cognition is the way divine enters into you first. Whenever there is a powerful cognitions inserted into your system, you are initiated by your Guru. Even if you are initiated by one powerful cognition by the Guru, after that you can never fall into delusion, slumber. The part of your brain which puts you in apasmara, total delusion, trubhava, is permanently damaged by the initiation of the Guru. So you can never ever fall into the apasmara, into the delusion again forever. If at all you go towards that space of Sushupta Sushupti, he comes in between in the form of his initiation and you are back. I tell you, yoga is from divine to man. Understand, Adi Yogi Mahadeva revealed these signs in Shivagamas to the whole universe as a signs to awaken your inner potential energy. It's a great science where your body is trained to achieve its peak potential through asanas and mind is trained through liberated thinking. Your breathing structure is trained through pranayama. The various steps are used in yoga ultimately to awaken your Kundalini Shakti. Yoga is not meant just for your well-being or health. It is meant to awaken your mystical powers. It is meant to awaken your spiritual realization, realizing your spiritual identity is the ultimate goal of yoga. Kundalini is the inner potential energy. Once it is awakened, you will experience extraordinary health, physically, mentally, and extraordinary powers, abilities. Everything in yoga is finally aimed at. It can be as simple as washing your eyes, or as difficult as Shirasasana, Neti or Dauti Kriyas. Everything is aimed at awakening the Kundalini Shakti in you, to awaken the extraordinary possibilities and abilities in you. Yoga is one of the greatest gifts given to the world by Mahadeva directly. Please understand, yoga is organized by Patanjali but gifted by Mahadeva himself. In the recent days, modern days, for India, when we utter the word recent days, modern days, it's 10,000 years. So in the recent days, 10,000 years before, Patanjali organized it. But originally, it originates from Mahadeva, the Adi Yogi. Many people ask me, no, today the asanas, postures, as it is taught, Patanjali is not speaking about it. No scriptures are talking about it. This is one of the biggest questions. Many so-called intellectuals pose this question, and they also use this question point to attack yogic tradition. Please understand, every posture, every asana is clearly described, including the way you need to breathe, very clearly by Mahadeva in Hatha Yoga literatures. There are books like Kumbhaka Patati, Hatha Yoga Pratipika, "30 volumes Mahadeva has taught to Devi and some of the rishis. Very clearly, every posture, 997 asanas. I am sure Mahadeva has explained many more, but whatever original verses we are able to get from that 997 asanas we have retrieved. Please understand, in the modern day, kind of a deep hatred has been created on siddhis by some of the yogis who don't know the science of siddhis. Understand? Siddhis are like milestones in your journey. Milestones themselves are not destination, but they encourage you, inspire you, excite you, and tell you you are on the right direction. Siddhis are encouraging milestones, and I tell you, they are really, really real. They are neither illusion, hallucination, whims or fancies. They are really, really real. And any authentic yoga practice as per the yogic literatures I am talking, authentic yogic literatures will develop siddhis in you. Please understand. Do not do. Keep this as a law, rule. Do not do any yoga or technique or pranayama practice unless it awakens some siddhi within 21 days in you. Please understand. Within 21 days it should awaken some siddhi or spiritual experience, intense spiritual experience. Otherwise, please do not continue that. It is not for you. Either it is not cooked with the right ingredients or it is not meant for you. Go back to original source, original authentic spiritual literatures, original authentic yogic scriptures. I have seen the so-called many yogis, gurus, gurujis, teachers, masters, go on claiming healing should not be done, siddhis should not be achieved. What is siddhi? When you are traveling in certain path towards enlightenment, automatically powers start manifesting in you. Your consciousness starts expressing, the more and more light is radiated. I am not asking you to stop at milestones, at siddhis. But I am telling you, if the siddhis don't express, there is something seriously wrong in the very path you are walking. If you don't see the milestones, the road you are walking may not be leading you to your goal. Yoga is no more a no man's land. It's clearly defined journey by the great masters like Mahadeva, Adi Yogi, Patanjali, Swatmarama, Goraknatha, Maschendranatha. The great yogis have done enough of powerful, foolproof, time-tested GPS, which never gets expired. Understand? Yoga is not no man's land where you just have to walk blindfolded. Of course, if you are initiated into your third eye, you will be able to walk blindfolded. But be informed, siddhis are neither wrong nor the destination. unless the siddhis manifest, you may not be following the right practice and techniques. If the siddhis are not manifesting, go back to the original scripture or the masters who are teaching based on original scriptures.
I am already an experienced teacher with my own practice, which I developed. How can I align myself to be more authentic to the tradition?
Great. Just pick up these few books. There are clear books. Asana Patati, Kumbhaka Patati, Pranayama Patati, Hatha Yoga Pratipika. Time-tested, foolproof, authentic yogic scriptures. Pick them up, start reading. Simply you will know how to align yourself to that. And there are yoga Upanishads. In the 108 original Upanishads, there are yoga Upanishads. Pick up those yoga Upanishads. And yoga Upanishads very clearly describe the asanas, breathing techniques, everything. So pick up the yoga Upanishads, Kumbhaka Patati, Asana Patati, Hatha Yoga Pratipika, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and read. You will simply know how to align yourself authentic to the original, traditional, yogic and Vedic scriptures. Next.
Many of my students and people around me like yoga, but they don't want to associate it with Hinduism. Is there anything wrong with this? Can you please elaborate?
I think again I answered this question already. I stand with yoga, which is from the original roots, the yogic literatures, which is at least 10,000 years old. The yogic scriptures, which is deep rooted in Vedic tradition, from Hinduism. So I stand for that tradition. Anybody comes, I am ready to share the science of yoga with them. I myself do not force anybody to accept Hinduism or convert themselves to Hindu religion. But I am also not encouraging people resisting Hinduism who say, I don't want to associate with Hinduism. I am neither forcing anybody to convert to Hinduism, nor I am encouraging people who say, I don't want to associate with Hinduism, I don't want to chant Om along with yoga, I don't want to chant Sanskrit mantras along with yoga, I don't want to do Surya Namaskar. I am neither encouraging that. So I am very clear. It is now up to the individuals who teach or learn. I don't have any comments. Yoga as religion, that is Hinduism. It is from the Hindu culture, Hindu tradition. Yoga has evolved. Hindu thought current. Yoga has evolved. It's a gift we gave it to the world from the Hindu thought current. The original Vedic an agamic description, definition of yoga. 3 levels, the science of exploring various powers, science of exploring various states of consciousness, science of exploring various dimensions of the universe. Understand? Some of the planets, the base material of the planet is diamond. You should know some of the planets are 80% diamond material. When we have access to the planets and able to transport, what will happen? Nobody can describe. Whether diamond market will collapse or value of our wealth will go up, we don't know. Access, possibility, opens new doors which can't be described. You do not know the result and end result. You do not know what all other doors can open through this. Same way, access to the multi-dimensions of the universe, you do not know how many new possibilities and doors open. And not only Hindu tradition talks about access to other lokas, other planes of universe, it was a very common practice. In Hindu tradition, human beings having access are those beings contacting human beings. I don't even want to say in the modern day people are not doing it. No, we have enough of people who are doing it even now. Sadashiva gives an elaborate, beautiful, thorough description in 3 places: Yoga Jagama, Sarvajnanottara and Kamika. In 3 places, he gives a very beautiful, elaborate description on yoga. What he declares as yoga, it's a science to help human beings explore, manifest all the powers and possibilities and have access and reap the benefits of all the states of consciousness like Jakrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya, Turiyatita and Turiya crossing Turiyatita and Turiyatita crossing the Jakrat, Swapna, Sushupti and Sushupti raised to Jakrat, Swapna, Turiya, Turiyatita, crossing an ability to move and harness the benefits of the various conscious states. I'll explain. You may ask, what is the need to move to various conscious states? Understand, the absolute restful awareness is the quality of Turiya. Absolute restful awareness is the quality of Turiya. Absolute activism is quality of Jakrat. When Turiya and Jakrat merges and expresses in one body, it becomes Turiya Atita. Absolute restful awareness with absolute activism, it becomes Turiya Atita. So exploring and harnessing the various states of consciousness. Listen. Exploring and harnessing the powers, abilities of various states of consciousness.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham.
Yes. So here Swamiji really completely redefines our understanding of yoga. And it's much more than just working on the body, building flexibility, strength, health. But through yoga, we literally experience the divine. And Swamiji said, from where you start matters. You are divine. You don't start as a man, as human, elevating towards the divine, but you are divine. And you connect with your divine part. And actually, you can really experience that. For some of us, including myself, have been doing Nityananda yoga for quite a long time. Sometimes either during the session or at the end of the 3 hours when you lie down, Kundalini awakening is so intense. You suddenly download visualizations, understanding, intelligence that literally lead you to manifest power for real. And you can really experience that when you start practicing, and when your body gets to a certain level of detox, and when the Kundalini awakening becomes intense, you can literally start experiencing the awakening of your chakras, and all these great spiritual possibilities really happen. And of course, Swamiji also again spoke about the spiritual powers. Now for all of you, it is already very well known. Most of you already have manifested already many different powers, so you're already acquainted with the science. But yeah, yoga, Nityananda yoga, as revealed by Paramashiva, is going to be a very powerful experience. And we already know that in the Chinese Sangha, for most of you, already a lot of people have had experiences and shared all of these, and maybe you all would have had the opportunity to listen to them. If not, surely you will have that opportunity in the coming days, and I will tell you what Nityananda yoga has done to them and how it has really helped them. And so we encourage all of you, from tomorrow onwards, the first session is going to be Nityananda yoga for 3 hours. So do come and practice according to your capacity. You don't have to necessarily do all the advanced postures. You can just do how much ever you can, and you will see that even within just few days, already your body and mind will start to change a lot, and you will start to have very powerful experiences. So that's it for Nityananda yoga. And now another session that is actually connected to that is the Nitya Kriyas. So you may know that Swamiji has revealed many different Kriyas. We refer to them as 108 Nitya Kriyas. Actually, there are even more than that. And Swamiji has literally designed Nitya Kriyas to treat specific problems like heart diseases, depression, migraine, and so on. And today we'll be learning the science and experiencing one such Kriya.
Yes. So Swamiji multiple times says this, that Swamiji has not created any of these kriyas, but he has just organized them in a way for the modern humanity, for us to be able to solve our problems. Like Swamiji has revealed many kriyas, such as kriya for depression, kriya for us to cure from anxiety, from obesity, from any of our problems that we experience in our day-to-day life. Swamiji has revealed a kriya for us to be able to complete with the problem and go over the problem.
Yes, so now to start with, we will be learning about the whole science of Nityananda, of the Nitya Kriyas in a short video, a short clip. And after that, we'll be experiencing our first Nitya Kriya. Ideally, every day we'll be discovering at least one Kriya, sometimes even more, depending on how difficult and how long it is. Some of them are very short and easy to perform. And today we will be learning the Kriya for migraine. So that, and see, one more thing, like these Kriyas not only will treat the problem, but even if you don't have that problem, they will just create a much better and a much beautiful state within your body and mind. So that's about it. Let's now start. Let us listen to the science of the Nitya Kriyas, and then we will enter into the practice.
See, Kriya means action of awakening enlightenment in you. Action which leads you to beyond action is Kriya. Action which is leading you beyond actions, not laziness. Not laziness. Action which leads you beyond actions is Nkriya. Usually, in all human beings, because you are trained so strongly towards the outer world, you constantly look towards the outer world, you are constantly diverted towards the outer world. It is unfortunate. All your energy gets drained. Please understand, by nature, you are not outwardly. The energy in you, by nature, is circular. But society makes it as linear, means going out, that's all. Never comes back. Some of the scriptures say, all five senses are extravert. With all my humbleness, I differ. I wanted all of you to know. I am telling you from my very personal experience, your senses are not outwardly. It is not created only to function towards the outer world. No. Society teaches you only that dimension. It never teaches you the dimension of looking in, turning in. 80% of your energy goes out just through the eyes. I can tell you, if you just close your eyes whenever you don't need to see, that is enough. Your Kundalini energy will be awakened. For example, if you are going in a vehicle somewhere,
Your driver is driving. You don't need to keep your eyes open. Of course, if you are driving, you need to keep open. That's different. If your driver is driving, why should you keep your eyes open continuously and watching the same scenes? No need. Close your eyes. Whenever not required, shut your eyes. Whenever not required, shut your mouth. Yogasya pratamam dwaram vangnirodhaha. The first step for yoga is cessation of words. Infuse silence. Unfortunately, we never understand constantly our bio-memory, muscle memory getting exhausted by misusal and abusal and extra-usal of senses. Understand? Misusal, abusal and extra-usal of senses. When you don't need, keep your eyes closed. Keep your mouth shut. That itself will save your energy. Actually, I wanted to give this one message to all our disciples. The fourth part of the N Kriya is based on the philosophy, don't waste your energy. I want all of you to know, please understand. Use all your energy either to create inner wealth or outer wealth. Don't waste. I am not against outer wealth. I am against you wasting your energy. Most of us just waste. What are you doing? Nothing in the inner world, nothing in the outer world. Chumma, just going around. Disrespecting life, wasting life, don't do it. Let all your actions be either creating outer world wealth or inner world wealth. Let it be conscious. The energy will simply increase your system. All your actions and reactions be concentrated effort either to create outer world wealth or inner world wealth. Let there not be any waste of energy. Let there not be abusal of life. I have seen hundreds of sadhus, or I can say in the name of sadhus, lazy fellows roaming around all over the Himalayas. Understand just these few truths. Just like blood flow, breathing flow, air flow, thought flow, you have something called energy flow happening in you. Blood flow, breathing air flow, thought flow, you have something called energy flow continuously happening in you. In this energy circulation, energy flow, if there is a disturbance in some part, for example liver, kidney or heart, intestine, at some part, if there is a disturbance in this energy circulation, that is when you start developing diseases and disorders. and disturbances. Disease, disorders, disturbances expresses itself in different ways. Now, if your body is put in certain position, that energy blockages get removed. The energy circulation, that system, that plumbing gets properly aligned. The wiring gets properly aligned. After that, the kumbhaka starts pumping the energy into that circuit. See, putting your body in certain asana makes the circuit blockage free. The circuit becomes perfect. But only through the kumbhaka, the energy gets pumped into the circuit. This is exactly the principle on which Kriya works. Even for few seconds, if the energy circuit route is aligned and energy is pumped, you are out of the disease. You are out of the disorder. You are free. Sheetal Das, that is why I am saying, these kriyas are not just ordinary asana, ordinary yoga postures, ordinary kumbhaka, ordinary pranayama. It is like two different chemicals. Separately, if you take, it may take 10 years for you to cure the disease. But mixed properly in a certain combination, it removes the disease in 2 days, in one dosage. I can say these kriyas are my unique contributions to the world. The kriyas have 7 ingredients. 1, yoga. 2, kumbhaka, pranayamas. 3, visualizations. 4th, verbalization, means chanting of some mantra internally. See, internally when you create the sound, it's called mantra. Externally when you listen, it's called chanting. So, mantra, internal verbalization. Then 5th, chanting, external, the sound you are hearing. And 6th, now I am adding karanas, the different Shivadandava karanas. 7th, I am adding the recent discoveries of modern day gymming and weightlifting. So all these 7 put together, I work on your body and mind, creating yogic body and Vedic mind. Body, I'll call a body as a yogic body when it has power, stamina, flexibility, physique, energy. All the 5 put together is yogic body. I am using all the 7 ingredients to create yogic body for you. And now I already started developing kriyas, especially to break certain mental patterns. Certain mental patterns. So, all of you can have the benefit of this kriyas for curing the physical diseases and kriyas for
healing the mental disorders. This exact principle on which Kriya works.
Kriya is neither technique nor non-doing or Upanishad. It is all three put together and something more. See, spiritual working are three ways. One, doing, technique. Blow the right nose, left nose, so many things, technique. And non-doing techniques, just sitting in unclutched way. Third, Upanishad, neither doing nor non-doing, master's presence is working. Kriya is all three put together. Here you are doing, you are also made to sit in non-doing, and master's presence is also working. That is why I am saying Kriya is Dhyana, Nirvikalpa, Upanishad, all three put together. Second, each Kriya I am teaching you, I am sitting, and using the whole enlightened consciousness, using my own body as guinea pig, I am practicing and bringing it to you. Please understand. During my illegal imprisonment days, I have picked up this whole knowledge of Hatha Yoga and started doing conscious scanning. Now, I am making that whole knowledge into practical bits and pieces, making it available to you every day as one on Kriya. Actually, I myself sitting and doing every step in the room. Not only consciously scanning, I am consciously practicing also and seeing all the effects and side effects. Only then I am bringing it to you. One, if you practice this Kriya just physically, without my presence or without having the feeling connection, it will work like a technique, a very powerful technique. It will heal you physically immediately. But if you are doing it in my presence, with a strong feeling connection and all, this Kriyas not only heal those disorders, it awakens your Kundalini. Your very cell is taught to be immortal. The lesson of Nityatva, immortality, is awakened in every cell of you. So please understand, it's a very powerful spiritual process. I am making it very clear to all of you. Now, whatever I am teaching is from authentic yogic literatures. Now, these asanas, kriyas, pranayamas, mudras, bandhas, all are from authentic yogic literature. That is why I am giving you exact verses. I can give you the source of the verse also. Today, the asana I am going to teach is from Garanda Samhita, Upadesha 2, verse 39. Every line I am teaching is from directly from the source. My contribution is I experimented it with the modern day body, my body. Whatever is working on whatever part, so which asana is working which part, which pranayama is doing which healing, which bandha is working on which organ. I have done all these experiment, research and development on my system using my body as guinea pig. And from my experience, I am sharing it with you all. This is my contribution. Otherwise, knowledge is time tested, foolproof, from source. All you guys, my disciples, go around with a lot of pride saying, I follow the tradition from the original source. Bottled at source in its pristine purity. Just today I have developed a very simple technique, powerful, just for unclutching. Nothing else, pure unclutching. I have done a Nitya Kriya. So just like a Nitya Kriya for migraine, Nitya Kriya for blood pressure, Nitya Kriya for diabetes, almost all problems except spouse problem, I am able to develop Nitya Kriya. Only that still I am not able to manage. Maybe for that my incarnation would has to get upgraded to the next level. But anyhow, so today I sat with I did a reverse of unclutching. See, got into the extreme of clutching and did the reverse calculation of unclutching and what nerves need to be loosened, what part of the body needs to be tightened. That whole formula I studied and created a very simple kriya for the unclutching.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So with this, we have just enough time to practice our first Kriya in this Paramashivoham. And keep in mind, maybe one of the important understandings, you are going to be guided by Swamiji in another video here. And so during the practice, try to have the feeling connection, experiencing that Swamiji is there with you, experiencing Swamiji's presence, so that not only the physical aspect, the healing happens, but as Swamiji said, in his presence, your very Kundalini will be awakened and your very cells will be programmed for immortality. So let us hold this context, let us practice with the feeling connection. With Swamiji, we will be now entering into this Kriya for migraine. Let's start.
Today kriya. Today Nitya Kriya for migraine. First step, Bhagasana. Sit with the left heel at the anus and right foot on the left thigh. Close the eyes with index fingers, nose, middle fingers, ears with thumbs. Bring your awareness to the eyebrow center, Ajna Chakra. Don't touch the mouth. Leave the mouth free. Because through mouth you are going to do the pranayama. So, only nose, eyes and ears you are closing. Bring your awareness to the brow center.
Agnya Chakra. Be in this posture for 30 seconds. In Bhagasana, Vamagati Gumpaga. Please understand. Let me give you the instruction. Don't remove your hands. Keep the hands in the same posture. Inhale through both the nostrils and hold the breath as long as you can. Then exhale through the nostrils itself. Do this 21 times. Don't touch your mouth. Leave the mouth in a relaxed way. Don't close your mouth, or you don't need to widely open it. Just use only the nostrils to inhale, hold and exhale. Next, Utkranti Pranayama. Inhale through the left nostril. Inhale visualizing. Please understand, inhale through the left nostril. While you inhale, visualize the prana, energy, traveling along with your spine. Inhale as much as possible. Hold that soul, energy, your life on the crown center. Then exhale when you can't hold anymore. Do this 21 times. Inhale, when you inhale, visualize the whole, your life, prana is being sucked, coming up to the crown. Then hold as long as you can there. Then exhale slowly through the nostril. Inhale through left, hold and exhale through both the nostrils. It's a powerful process. This kriya is used, this kumbhaka is used usually for people to leave the body. The yogis, when they leave the body, they use this kriya only. So it's very powerful. Trataka Kumbhaka. Pull your tongue upwards, inhale and retain and exhale through the nose. Let me show you. Pull your tongue upwards, turn and up. Turn the tongue and push it to the upper palate. Now inhale through the nostril, hold as long as you can, then exhale through the nostrils. Do this 21 times. In the same mudra. pranayama. This kriya is very powerful to cure any level of migraine. Any problem related to head will be healed. Now sit silently for 3 minutes in restful awareness. Let the Kundalini energy in you all be intensely awakened and fill you all with bliss and joy.
Yes. So I hope that you all had a beautiful experience of this Kriya. Do let us know how you feel. And Naresh, the body is like a big musical instrument, constantly swaying up and down with the music. That's very nice. So that feeling very light, very relieved with this Kriya. That's Great, thank you for sharing. If anybody else had a beautiful experience, feel free to let us know. And as we said, throughout these 21 days, we'll be discovering many more such kriyas that Swamiji has revealed for various conditions. And feel free to practice them. Actually, Swamiji said that for complete healing, let's say, for example, if you have a heart problem, if you practice that specific kriya designed for heart problems every day for 21 days, you will be completely relieved. And yes, my chakra Sobi is saying sweating. Yes. So of course, all the heat that is in the head will be released with this kriya. And great. So glad to know that you all had a beautiful experience. And with this, we have come to the end of today's session. Very dense introductory day of sessions, and we have gone through many of the important sciences and themes that are going to be following us throughout these 21 days. Like completion, for example, every day we'll be doing completion, the science of initiation, as every day we'll be receiving new initiations from Swamiji. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be discovering the 4 tattvas. Some of you already know what they are. And yes, in the meantime, we have other sharings. So sharing in Chinese, I'm not able to read. Maybe we can translate that. And after breathing, feeling sleepy, yes, you will be feeling very relaxed. Actually, somebody says that when you relax your neck, you will immediately fall asleep and become more calm. Yes, great. Thank you for translating first. And yes, I just actually, when you relax your neck, you will immediately fall asleep. And so naturally, when you work in this whole region of the head, then you'll also start to feel that. So it means that the kriya is doing its effect. Thank you very much for all your dedicating, spreading of Dharma. Thank you very much for your feedback as well. And yes, thank you all for taking part in this session and leaving your feedback. We really appreciate it. And yes, we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow to discover the 4 tattvas, which are 4 principles that Swamiji has revealed that we can use whenever we are facing any problems in our lives, in any dimension of our lives. It's always because of something inside that we have. And now through these 4 tattvas that we'll be discovering tomorrow, we'll be able to bring back alignment within us that will also help and that will also reflect outside and help us to naturally manifest solutions to all our problems. So this will be the 4 tattvas that we'll be discovering tomorrow. And we're also having our first session of the Nityananda Yoga in the morning at the start of this program, morning or not, wherever you are, 3 hours. So we look forward to seeing you there for the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, 308 asanas yoga sequence. And with this, let us conclude today's day of sessions. Let us chant the Purna Mantra and let us offer our gratitude to Swamiji for everything that we have learned today at the beginning of this Paramashivoham Level 2. And let us create a space of completion within us to carry forward.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्.
Thank you all. Nityanandam.
Paramashivoham